Take a look at everyone, the ones you took advantage of, whose bridge you burned to stand above. Are you proud of everything you've done?
Hey guys, today I am doing a review for you, highly anticipated because everybody is going crazy about this right now, Fenty Beauty. Fenty is Rihanna's line, and if you did not know, Fenty is actually Rihanna's last name. So her name is Robin Rihanna Fenty. I did not know. If you are unaware, Fenty Beauty launched last week. It launched on FentyBeauty.com and also in Sephora. Everything you see me reviewing in this video, I purchased myself. I did not get sent any of this makeup. I purchased it on the launch date. I felt like I just had to. It is one of those products that everyone wants to see everyone else's opinion on. Also, people have very strong opinions regarding anything negative about this brand. I did not buy the entire line. I purchased a few of the products and I will show you what I picked up. The first product that I got from Fenty Beauty is the Precision Makeup Sponge. It is essentially a beauty blender and I am excited to give this a shot. And of course I purchased the Pro Filt'r foundation and I got the color 140. When I was checking out, I also saw that they were doing sample sizes or deluxe samples of the same foundation, so I also picked up the shade 150 in case the other one is not the correct undertone for me. I got the Universal Luminizer Gloss Balm in the color Fenty Glow. And then I got the Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo, and I got the colors Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal, which is in the little duo here. And then because I thought people would want to see me try this, I also got the Killawatt Highlighter in the color Trophy Wife. Not that I think that this is going to go well with my skin tone because this is, I think, suited for best medium to deep skin tones, but I thought I would check it out anyway because it's beautiful. There were no eyeshadows or mascaras or anything like that launched in this. And of course, there were some brushes that were launched as well. There were also some cream contour highlight and concealer sticks. Now you guys know, if you have been a follower of mine for any length of time, I am not a fan of anything cream product. I love my foundation to be a cream product and that is about where it stops. I just don't like stick cream products to blend for contour or highlight or to do anything under my under eyes. I'm really loyal to my Shape Tape concealer. I'm also very powder product heavy in my makeup application. I really like a powder bronzer, a powder contour, powder highlight. I just find that for me personally, my skin tone, the way I apply makeup, those are what works best for me, so that's what I'm going to use in this video. That's why I got the powder products from her and then obviously the foundation. I didn't want to waste my time with any other stuff because I don't want to use it just to give it a negative review, if you catch my drift. It's not you, it's me. So this is what the Precision Sponge looks like before dampening it. It has this little flat top ridge here. It's also got the flat side and then the rounded egg shape on this side. And it's nice and squishy. It feels very similar to a beauty blender or even my Real Technique sponge, which you guys know I'm not a beauty blender person only because they're expensive. I love the shape of them and everything, but I really love the Real Technique's Miracle Complexion Sponge and I feel like this is gonna work great. I am going to swatch the products on my arms because there's no eyeshadows, which I love actually because I don't have to swatch eyeshadows. I don't want to swatch eyeshadows ever again. It's my least favorite thing. This is the color 140 and then this is the color 150. Now I don't know if you guys can really tell, but as you can see they have a very, very different undertone. I would say 140 is more of a yellow to golden undertone and 150 looks like a very beige, neutral, gray almost undertone. So we'll see, maybe I need to mix them. She describes the foundation as a medium to full coverage for all, long wear and light as air, which I love and it rhymes. Okay, so this is the packaging on the little foundation sample and oh my God, it's so cute. I've pretty much universally seen people across the board say that these foundations look really true to color in the bottle and then when they come out and they dry down, they start to change color and get darker. Now that can happen with certain foundations. Some people call it oxidization. Some people say that it is just the dry down of the product. We're gonna find out and see if it does in fact do that. I do not know. This looks like it'll be an okay match for me. First up is the color 140. Okay, it is super more liquidy than I anticipated. This is the shade 140. My cat scratched me, by the way, in a really unfortunate spot that doesn't look so good, so don't look at that. It's not too bad actually. I thought it was gonna be a little too dark for me, but that might not be. This is the shade 150, which doesn't seem as liquidy. That one has a little bit more of a peach undertone. I'm gonna say 140 looks more of my color. They smell like perfume. I'm very sensitive to smells. We're gonna see how it is when it goes on my face. It might be a little much, but as of right now, it just smells really, really heavily scented. So hopefully it doesn't break me out. I'm gonna swatch the highlighters when I get to the highlighter portion of my face because I want that part to be a surprise to me. The Pro Filt'r foundation is $32 and you get 1.08 fluid ounces of product, which is relatively standard. Most foundations come with about 1 fluid ounce. So the product has a little bit more than that and is $32. It's not a horrible price tag for a foundation if it is as good as everyone says. And I hope it is. Everyone's been really raving about this shit, so I'm wondering. The color that I got and that I think I'm gonna use on myself is color 140, and that's for light skin with warm undertones. This foundation comes in 40 shades initially, which is very good for an initial launch with a brand. There are a range all the way from the fairest of fair to relatively deep. Could there be more deep shades? Absolutely. 40 is incredible. I really feel like she did an awesome job coming out with a really good shade range for people of every skin tone. I will link a video down below of, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, Nima? I'm not 100% sure. She did an amazing review and she does this series called The Darkest Shade where she tests out the darkest shade of each foundation, and she left a really good review down below on the Fenty Beauty foundation, which has already gotten a shit ton of views, so congratulations, girl, holy shit. But I will link that video down below and you guys can see on a differing skin tone than mine. I'm not the most light skin, I would say. I'm kind of, there's fair, light, medium, and deep, and then there's deep, dark. And for me, I would say I fall into the light spectrum. I'm not fair because when I use a very fair foundation, it tends to really wash me out. I look ghostly. I like to stick to a light foundation because I feel like it suits me the best and it doesn't make me look super pallid. The Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Precision Makeup Sponge is $16, so closer to a beauty blender. For me, I'm gonna always stick to my Real Techniques unless they come out with something even cheaper or better, but for me, it's just such a good sponge. It's $5, I love it. This sponge may change my life given that it has a flat side, but the Real Techniques sponge, which is also dirty as fuck right now, but it also has a flat side and a pointed end, whereas this has this little flat edge, so we'll see how that works. The highlighter pricing is $34 for the Kilowatt Freestyle highlighters. There is 8 grams of product in Trophy Wife here. Becca highlighters are 8 grams of product as well, so that's a relatively typical amount for a highlighter pan. And Becca highlighters are around $38, so about $4 cheaper for the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna, so not terrible. Still relatively high in price. We're gonna see. From a lot of the reviews that I have seen on this line, it looks as though these are pretty glittery. And I'm actually surprised at all of the hype around them given how glittery and sparkly they look. Now I haven't tried them, no review yet, but typically I feel like people are very anti-glitter in their highlighters, but everyone's losing their shit over these. The Universal Gloss Balm is $18. I feel that $18 for a gloss is a little bit high, but at Sephora, not too bad. And for me personally, I would pay that amount given that this is good. We never know, this might not even be good, but it looks pretty from what I've seen and it's a gloss. It's really hard to go wrong with gloss. All right, so it grew quite a bit actually, and it got really soft and squishy, which I really like. So I'm excited to give this a shot. Okay, so still pretty thin. Go in with the flat edge. Wow, coverage. So actually, I think that color is not too bad, and this is 3 pumps on my hand so far, and I'll show you what's left over. My nose is the teller of tales. Let's see if this looks good on the nose. Rihanna also has a primer in this line. Do not like primer. You guys know this, I don't need to tell you. If you're new, you didn't know, but now you do. I think primer is crap. I find it a little difficult around the nose area with this little flat edge here. It wants to leave almost marks and impressions into the foundation. I think from far away this looks really beautiful. Up close, I think it looks a little dry on me. It is a matte foundation, and you guys know I typically don't tend to lean towards matte foundations. The coverage is beautiful, and I don't find the scent too heavy. It's a kind of floral scent. You can see from my forehead there, the coverage is beautiful. It just is a little matte for my taste. I'm a little inconclusive on this so far. We're gonna see. That's what we're gonna do. We are going to see. So, first thoughts on this, it's making me look pretty dry. I don't feel like the color is changing really. It's setting itself, which is good. It's not staying dewy. I don't even think I would need to set this with a powder. No way. It totally set itself. So first impressions on this foundation is that it's very, very, very matte. And in my opinion, a bit drying. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see what it looks like. All I've done is apply the foundation. I didn't apply too much. I am noticing it looks a bit dry right here around my nose and mouth area. It looks kind of cakey. So I just put some Tarte Shape Tape Concealer on my under eyes, and I am setting my eyes with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I always set my concealer, and I wanted to make sure that I keep that as a constant in today's video. All right, so I've got my brows on. I realize they're bold. I realize it. The foundation seems to totally set itself. It is very dry to the touch. There's no tackiness at all. I feel like I could just blend powders right over the top of this. I did not get any sort of bronzing products because I did not get the contour stick. So I'm gonna use just what I know works for me. I feel like it's blending out nicely. It's not, doesn't seem to be moving around the product underneath. It doesn't seem to be grabbing anywhere. Looks like it's just diffusing really nicely. I'm gonna go in with that same palette. I'm gonna take a little bit of this deepest shade here, and I'm just gonna run that through the crease because I'm gonna throw the Trophy Wife color on, and I don't feel like I need to worry about eyeshadow too much in this look. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of my Makeup Forever blush and just kind of put a little bit of that on. Out of the two highlighters that I got, I feel like the one that's best suited for my skin tone is going to be the Fire Crystal and Lightning Dust. So this is Lightning Dust and this is Fire Crystal. And there's what they look like swatched. Ooh, I think they're both gorgeous. I don't know which one I like more. I think they really fit well together, and I think these will suit my skin tone really nicely. And this is the shade Trophy Wife. Oh my god. And it is literally bright yellow gold. I mean, there is no way that that will suit my skin tone in any way. Of course, I'm gonna try it because I feel like I need to, but I'm obviously gonna try the other two first to see. I think first I wanna finish off my eyes, and I really wanted to go in with Trophy Wife on my eyes. I've seen a lot of people doing this, and I wanna give it a shot as well. I think it's such a beautiful highlighter, and for me, it's gonna work best as an eyeshadow because I have such a fair skin tone. Just as an all-over shimmer. It's very glittery. I'm going to try it with my Smith 302 brush without any setting spray and see how that works. Not well at all, it turns out. So I'm gonna put a little bit of setting spray on my brush and then dip in and then try it that way. How pretty is that? The setting spray really amps it up a lot. I'm gonna throw my lashes on real quick, and then we're gonna move on to highlighting the face, and then I will give you guys my first impressions. Okay, so that is the eyes done. You know what I love about this is that even though this is not made for an eyeshadow, if you are fair-skinned like me and you probably wouldn't be able to use this as a highlighter, you have an option. It is beautiful as an eyeshadow, and I'm going to be keeping this even though I will never be able to use this as a highlighter. Most likely I'm going to be keeping this because this is a beautiful gold color for eyeshadow. I honestly think this is so flattering on the eyes, and I really love how easy it was to apply. So first I'm going to go in with this shade here, which is Lightning Dust, and I'm going to apply this to my cheeks. That is beautiful, and I will tell you why. I have a couple of highlighters that I really love. My nose has never looked worse than a foundation. But Physicians Formula Shimmer Brick in Natural Nude is one of my all-time favorite highlighters, and this is very reminiscent of that. If you can see how it's a natural glow from within, like I am super into this side. Ooh, okay, so that's the more natural side that I've seen a lot of other people saying that they don't, or they're not interested in. This is way more my style than like that blinding glittery highlight. I'm gonna try that obviously because that's part of this, but like this is gorgeous. This is what I would wear every day, and I wish this side right here came in a full-size pan because I would absolutely buy this and wear it every single day. And that one is a little more of a glittery bright highlight. Not a little more, a lot more. Something I would use more on the high points than I would all over, but it gives a gorgeous glow. As you can see how pretty that is. It looks like it's going to be really glittery, but it's really not too bad. It's very light highlight, but this is absolutely stunning. I really love it. Ooh, this is probably a highlight I'm going to wear all the freaking time. So now we should try a little bit of Trophy Wife here. I'm going to dip a little bit into that, tap off a lot of the excess, and then just kind of and I think it could be used for lighter skin tones. Like you can see how it adds this like a little bit of gold tint to it. I'm not like piling it on heavy. In person, it's definitely more gold. So how this one's a lot more cool toned and pink versus that one. I'm personally really liking the gold look. This is a lot of highlight right now, but again, fuck it. I've seen a lot of people being like, why would anybody use Trophy Wife if they're not deep skin tone? But I would say, I mean, if you were to go in heavy with it, maybe, but it's, I mean, I look glittery. It's definitely more of a glittery highlight, for sure. So glowy. I don't know if I've ever been so damn glowy. And for the final makeup step, I'm gonna go in with the Gloss Balm from Fenty, and this is Fenty Glow. This is the packaging, and the wand and the color. What does that smell like? Watermelon. That is the Gloss Balm. As you can see, it is super, super glossy, and I think it is very, very beautiful. Love the color. It shows up a lot darker on camera here than it does in real life. In real life, it looks like a soft, nudie peach color that is right up my alley as far as a lip gloss goes. I think it doesn't feel sticky, but it doesn't feel super glidey. I'd say it's right in between. Comfortable and beautiful. So as I'm filming this, it's 8 p.m. I cannot do a wear test for you because I have somebody coming here tomorrow, staying with me for about 5 days. I wish I could tell you any more than that, but I cannot. But basically, I have to go to bed tonight and I have to die. I will not be doing a wear test with this, but it's unnecessary and I'll tell you why. Because of all of these products that I tried today, the one product I do not like and really am unsatisfied with is the foundation. I don't know if you can see or tell on camera just how cakey my nose looks. This is unpowdered. This is just how it looks straight from the tube. This area looks super cakey. My nose looks awful. The rest is fine. I feel like I could live with the rest of the way my skin looks on my face, but I have foundations that are way cheaper than this that are way better. The way my nose performs is a really good teller on the way that the foundation is going to perform for me. And to me, this foundation is just too matte. I think I would use this foundation again on the rest of my face, but then use something different for my nose, which I sometimes do. A lot of times I'll take like the, let's say Fenty foundation, I would do my whole face, and then I would use the Dior Forever foundation on my nose or the CoverGirl on my nose and kind of blend it all in together. This foundation went on so beautifully. Like when I first started putting it on, oh my god, amazing. I feel like the color is really good. I don't feel like I got any sort of oxidization happening or that I have any sort of dry down and color change. I feel like it just worked really well. I did bring it down my neck to make sure that the color matched my body because I am a little bit more pale on the rest of my body, but it was really no big deal. I decided to take a couple of selfies of myself with the flash on, and I wanted to show you guys those. I'm gonna compare them. Here is a straight out of camera MAC photo. So this is a photo using the MAC Studio Fix foundation, and this is the shade NW15. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation in the color 140. As you can see, they're both a very similar foundation color, but one has flashback. I don't know if this is common or not, and I was actually quite surprised to see this. My face is not powdered, so I don't know what the heck, but for me, I feel like my face looks very white compared to the rest of my body. I took it in 4 different spots of my room, and same lighting, same camera settings, same everything as the first photo that is the MAC photo. So as you can see, my skin looks quite different in both. Looks like flashback to me. Don't know if it is, but just thought I would add this part in. Highlighters, I am literally in love with them. I think that this one is absolutely perfect. The Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. I will absolutely be keeping this and will absolutely be using it again. I feel like the Lightning Dust was so beautiful. It had such a beautiful, soft, within glow that wasn't too minimal. I feel a lot of people have been mentioning it and saying, I won't even like this one, and then they didn't even try it. You should try it. It is absolutely stunning, and it's a good base for highlight. I mean, I know my highlight right now is off the charts, and that's because I'm doing a review on highlighters and things like that. Truly, and I will be honest, that's the most beautiful highlighter that I tried. Now, do I love Trophy Wife? Oh, you bet your fucking ass I love Trophy Wife. This color is so beautiful, and I will be using it again as an eyeshadow, no questions asked. I actually like it as a highlighter too, and I feel like it doesn't look weird. The only negative I have with it is it's too glittery. I feel like had they made it a little closer to the Lightning Dust color in the way that the formula was, so it went on as like this gorgeous glowing gold, that would have been so beautiful. But I do love it as an eyeshadow, and I feel like for that purpose, which it's not made for, the glitter makes a lot more sense, and everybody else really loves it as a glittery highlight. As you can tell though, you can see specks of glitter in it, but I really like it because if I'm going for that like shining highlight, if I want to look like fucking highlighted, that's what I want anyway. I think the packaging of these is also really cute. We've got the little octagon case here, and I just think that they knocked it out of the park. Everything has this mirror. I love the little logo in there. I love the stamped logo in the colors themselves. I actually kind of like that they did a double-sided pan. I've seen a lot of people talk about that they don't like that they wish it was all just one pan. I like this because it gave me the option to try both, and if I want to go downplayed, I go here. If I want to go fucking beaming, I go right here. The sponge I also liked. Now I do have one downside with it, and that is that this edge right here when I was doing my foundation, I felt like was leaving little lines in my foundation. Right around my nose especially, you guys saw it was a little more difficult. Now, easy enough to just flip the sponge around and use this side, but for me, using something like this, the Real Technique sponge, how it goes to a point, you can use all sides and it never is going to give you that line. They tried to make it perfect, and what would have been perfect is to just be this sponge. The Gloss Balm I will absolutely be keeping. I am a lip gloss fanatic. You guys know this about me. I think it's beautiful. It reminds me a lot of the Urban Decay Naked Gloss in its color. I feel like it's very similar to that, honestly, and I love that gloss. I use the absolute shit out of it. But this is more comfortable in the way that that was a lot more sticky and thick, and this one is a lot more smooth and soft. I would love to see her expand the line and come out with eyeshadows. I think that would be so fun. I think the initial products that she came out with, I'm definitely not interested in all of them. The match sticks are just not something I think I personally would like, so I didn't want to waste my money on them. I know you guys would like to see a review, but there are a million on YouTube, so you guys can go check those out. For me personally, I knew I wouldn't like them, so I didn't even waste my time. Foundation is a pass. Maybe if you have oily skin, really oily skin, I'd say this foundation would probably be great for you. I think the pricing isn't too high. I've definitely seen a lot more things, a lot higher price at Sephora. I would just have to say, Rihanna, I think you did a beautiful job, and I really love the product so far. I think that they're knock out of the park, and I think that, you know, I would love a dewy foundation for us drier girls and boys out there. But you know, you did great with the first launch. I think that this was a really well-rounded group of products to come out with for a first launch, and I really love the inclusivity of the shade range because you got something for pretty much everyone. All right, well, I hope this review was helpful for you guys, and I would recommend the products. Again, I don't love the foundation, but you know, try it, or even just take a sample of it from Sephora and try it. You'd need a decent sample because it did take 6 pumps for my face, but honestly, again, I think that that would work. If you guys do, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know what you guys like to see. Also, if you guys have not yet, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put up new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We have a bunch of Halloween makeup tutorials coming up, and I'm going to be doing 15 of them in the month of October. So make sure you subscribe if you guys love Halloween, because I know I love Halloween and I'm doing some fucking shit this year. You guys can follow me on all my other social media stuff. Everything is RawBeautyKristi. So Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. I tweet a lot. So come to Twitter, come hang out. All right, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at my next video. Bye! Then of course I purchased a real representation. Wow, I look like a crackhead. My eyes look so fucking red. When I was checking out, loyal to my Shape Tape foundation, and I'm gonna open the Precision. So I like to stick towards a light toned foundation because I find it a little, and I've got my foundation set, and no. Obviously, out of the 2 of these highlighter trios, out of the 2 of these highlighters that I got, I feel the one that will be suited, My camera totally filled up on memory, and I don't know how that happened. I do know how it happened, by using the card. I hope that this review was somewhat helpful for you guys.